So the way that seeking is set up is through belief. So there must be a belief in an object and a subject. So a separate independent I that has the free will and has the ability to make a decision of observing the subject. So in other words, I'm sitting here choosing to film a video. Just as God or a separate creator chose to make you. It's another form of seeking. And Ramana Maharshi, remember in one of the texts that I was reading, said that the two last beliefs to go were the belief in death, and then the second was the belief in God. So as we know in non-duality, there's this saying that says to use non-duality as a thorn to remove all the other thorns. So to use the belief in non-duality to remove all other beliefs, and then to throw that thorn away. Right? So the belief in God is usually prevalent in the personality types or in the seeking types that believe they need to be saved. So it's kind of like the ultimate form of self-rejection, the ultimate form of giving away one's power. And giving away power would basically mean separation. Because who is it that would have power, and over what would they have power? So right there you have a framework for seeking. The perfect framework for seeking power and suffering, because seeking means suffering. So if I am independent and I can choose to turn this camera on, if I don't do that, or if I do that, a good or bad result would occur. So if I don't pray to God, if I don't go to church, if I don't do my duty as a spiritual being to God, then I'm a bad person, and God will have to save me. So it's like kind of the belief in a God is the ultimate belief in powerlessness. It's the ultimate belief in being governed, in wanting to be governed. And something would only want that. It would only want to be saved, and it would only want to be governed if it believed that it itself was separate. So it's kind of the ultimate fall from the Garden of Eden, right? The ultimate fall. So the falling away of the belief in God is the end of believing that you will be saved, that you will be enlightened, that things are going to get better. It's the end of faith. It's the end of hope. It's the end of any preconceived notions of unconditional love. And what's left? When all dreams of that perfect world and that perfect God and that perfect Savior, that perfect salvation, what's left when all that dies? Because here, right here, that's null and void. It's irrelevant. It doesn't pertain to anything right here and right now. It doesn't have any bearing on this freedom that's appearing right now. The freedom of the camera being on, the freedom of this form sitting here speaking. It has no bearing on any of that. So you see, God's like the ultimate dream, guys. The ultimate dream in perfection. The ultimate dream in better than this. The ultimate dream of one day. So when all that collapses and when all that dies, and this is left, this ordinariness, this extraordinariness, actually, in my opinion. But when only this is left and there's nothing left to seek for, and no one's going to come and save you, because you don't need to be saved. You don't need to be forgiven. You don't need any of that. You're already free of all that bondage, the bondage of sin, the bondage of being a bad person or a good person, the bondage of getting this right or getting it wrong. All that's a cage. I always think of that poem, I know why the caged bird sings. I'm going to put that poem in the description of this video. Read that. It's so beautiful. I think it's Maya Angelou. Okie dokie. See you guys soon. Bye-bye. You know, I was just thinking, because this is such an intense video, because it's really questioning fundamental beliefs of the I, you know, don't just take my words and my explorations for truth. Ask yourself, what have you made into your God? What are you waiting for to come and save you? Who are you waiting for to come? Okay? Oops. I carry a lot. I don't have pockets, and it's usually all over the place. That's why the filming's so wonky. Sorry. But these are the types of questions that are really essential to the core of non-duality, guys. And when we ask them, instead of waiting for someone else to give us the answers, and when that inquiry is deeply, deeply personal, and questioning kind of the deepest attachments we have to our ideas, we're really taking those thorns out. Obviously, it's not you doing it, but that's what's going to take that out. And then also, the second part of that is just the return to a non-conceptual reality and to direct experience, which is the body, you know? The body is an instrument of, or as a vessel of truth and no longer lying. Because the mind tells a lot of lies. You know, it gives you a lot of false hopes. Coworker once told me something I never forgot. She was so darn cool too. graphic designer that worked in the same office as me years ago. But she said, you know, Kate, I'd rather have reasonable doubt than false hope. And I think all that means to me, it's not a negative, like, perception. It's more of just, like, question things for yourself. Just question things. Question everything. Even if you don't get an answer, at least look, you know, open your eyes, look. So often we wait for someone else to tell us the answer for some event or experience or, you know, idea to come and save us. Don't do that anymore. It's not worth it. Live life. Be the life that's being lived. Okay? See you soon. Bye.